YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so man, I have some updates when it comes to this situation involving singer slash rapper David. Of course, it's been reported over the last several days that uh, human remains were found in a Tesla registered to the singer David. I think at this particular time, David was on tour or is on tour. I don't know if he still is, but at the time of the discovery, he was on tour. From what I understand, he was talking and cooperating with and cooperating with authorities. So it was announced earlier today that the victim had been identified, and or at least the person had been identified, and it was a missing person named Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And even though the media is referring to her as being 15 years old, it appears that the last time she was seen, at least, she was 13 years old, which was April the 5th, 2024. 5'3", 120 pounds. I think I said this before on the flyer. She was last seen wearing gray pants and a black sweater, a hat, and Hello Kitty sandals. And she hadn't been seen in, I guess that's a year and a half. So I know that some of the reports had her weighing about 71 pounds. I'm assuming what they mean is that from the I guess the body or what's left of it, it's 71 pounds. I'm assuming that's what they mean. So that means that she has decayed quite considerably, I don't want to go too much into that morbidity part of it, but this is what I want to report. Like, it's looking bad for him, man, because now there are photos of her and David surfacing online. One which sort of looks like it could be a phone screenshot of them together, like a cell phone wallpaper type screenshot of them together that has surfaced. There's video footage of her and David together, and in the video footage I see of Celeste, she has on the same coat or jacket that she does in the missing persons flyer that was created after she disappeared last April 2024, I mean. Also, in December 2023, David wrote a song where he mentioned a girl named Celeste. And as I reported earlier, Celeste's mother said that at the time of her disappearance, she was dating someone named David. So you look at the circumstantial evidence, it's more than enough, in my opinion, to warrant this guy as a person of interest and a suspect. So, I mean, I'm not wishing anything on anybody, but when you listen to all of what's going on, everything that's come out here, it looks really, really, really bad for this dude right here, man. And another thing I want to report, although this is something that cannot necessarily be proven, but at least the first item, someone or some people who claim to be familiar with the relationship with the two said that David was paying people off to keep them from revealing her age, which at the time she would have been like 13 years old. Now, David himself, I think, is 20. At the time when they were dating, he might have been 18. So he clearly was dating someone underage. He was clearly dating someone about 5 years younger than he is. All right. And you know, that's bad. You know, it's pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Now I do want to say this. Because I'm seeing a lot of people calling him a creep, calling him a scumbag for not necessarily for having potentially butchered this girl, but for dating someone that's underage. I agree, but at the same time, I do want to say this. We gotta use common sense here too. Like it's still not quite the same, in my opinion, as a 40 or 30-year-old doing the same thing. He's still technically, well, at the time, he was still technically a teenager. It's bad, it is, but not as bad as, you know, somebody much older in their early to mid 20s doing it. You know what I'm saying? And older. But still, he should not have been dating someone 13 years of age. That just no. Uh-uh. That's you don't do that. Not in today's culture, man. And also another piece of information that I think is pretty bad and pretty damning is that supposedly the area where she was last seen was somewhat close to where David lived at the time, at the very least. So yeah, this is real bad, man. If you're a fan of this guy, it looks really damning. And you know, look, man, I don't know what's up with these dudes, man. I don't know what is up with this younger generation, man. First of all, if you're 18 years old, this is me, okay? When I was 18 years old, I had a rule. Now, this is just me. When I was 18, I recognized that this ain't 1963, even back in the late 90s, right? I recognized this. So my rule was when I turned 18, I would not date anybody younger than 17 years, 10 months. Because there's going to be a period of time where you're going to be just talking anyway. And technically, someone that's 17 years or 10 months, so maybe 17 years, 9 months, you're technically 18 any goddamn way. So that was my rule, right? When I turned 18. And then when I turned 19, that pretty much stayed the same. But once I hit 20, I think 20 or 21, I started pushing that totally to 18 and up. That's me, right? Now, I don't know what's up with young people today. Um, yeah, like I think a lot of it has to do with control, manipulation. Um, you know, some of these dudes also have other things or other more sinister reasons why they do it. Um, and you know, look, at that age, man, look, you're already still immature at 18, 19, 20. When you're 13 years old, you're still a child. You're gonna still be fickle. You're still gonna do things and you still find out who you are, you know? Like, and one of the things that bothers me about a lot of these dudes today, man, is that they want to control these girls, bro. You can't control these girls. Even if they're adult, you can't control women these days, man. It's just, this ain't 1970 or 1955, man. It's just, it don't work. Just let it go, man. Let it go. So I don't know whether, you know, something happened, you know, she tried to break it off or something, or I don't even want to know what happened, man. I really don't want to know, but it looks like this guy went off on the deep end and did something fucking horrible. I mean, I'm not privy to this guy's music, but I do notice that I sometimes see him with stupid shit like this, with blood on his fucking shirt and stupid ass looks, and I guess he's trying to play into the Satanist demonic energy shit, man. This is why I say all the time too that this music we're listening to is having a strong effect on people's minds. Some people say, "Oh, music don't affect you." Bullshit, it does. Music does affect you. If you constantly listen to negative shit, if you're constantly listening to negativity, you grow up around negativity, you listen to negative music, you don't think that has an effect on you? It does. Do you really think, like, listen to the music that we have out here today in our culture. R&B is dead. Conscious rap is dead. Everything that's out here now is just demonic, evil, dumb, stupid shit. Everything's about fucking violence, mayhem, immorality, gratuitous sex. It's just disgusting shit, man. And you wonder why we got all these fucking earthly demons running around here. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.